Hi, this is Cheryl for Bayers Pampered Stampers. Welcome to the video class for the Dare2bArtzy Backpack die. It's a really cute die set. This is actually the project we're going to make. Is this cute little bumblebee backpack. Opens, it can hold cards or back to school or hello summer gifts, that sort of thing. Super easy to put together, but we'll take it step by step. So this will be the introductory video. We're going to look at the die itself and some of the pieces that go into it. We'll look at your kit, and then in future videos, we'll actually assemble it. So first of all, this is the card that comes with the set. She's done a super job organizing this. You can see on the inside, all the die shapes are represented. And actually, when it came, these little dies were stuck in place. Everything's numbered. She tells you up at the top here how many to cut of what. So super easy that way. I took the dies out because they were falling off anyway, and I'd rather keep them safe and secure in a bag. And then on the back, she gives detailed instructions for how to assemble it, along with some pictorials that show you what goes where and how you put it together. Her instructions are great. I've changed them a little bit for purposes of this class because I think there's some easier ways to do this. We're going to try and do it that way. So hang with me and we'll get there. So if you have the die set, you're going to go ahead and cut the pieces that are listed here out of your chosen papers. If you get the kit through Bayers Pampered Stampers, pardon my reach here, this is what you'll get. So in the bag, you'll have all the pieces that you need to put this together. Nothing left in the bag. Make sure of that. All the little pieces, the littlest stuff is in this little plastic bag. For right now, just set that aside. So we've got our pocket and the overlay for that, the two side pieces, the little handle, the top, and so on. You'll have two pieces that are very similar. One's a little taller than the other. These are the front and back of the backpack. This is your top lid. The two straps that you'll need, the two long pieces here. This piece creates this little handle here. And you have two pieces that create the sides. They should not be exactly the same. They should mirror one another. So one is cut in one direction, the other is cut the other way on the paper. What you receive in your kit will be correct. If you're cutting at home, just make sure you cut them separately, one from each side of the paper so that they work out. In the little packet, you'll have the remaining pieces that you need. Set that aside for a minute. Squeeze out these other ones. There's the tab for the front of the backpack. This goes on the back to cover up the ends of the straps. We've got the little thing that holds this tab in place. There's a little bumblebee that you can put on the front tab if you like. There's two magnets. And I'm missing something here. This is the thing that's going to get most lost. And you're seeing it live and in person right now. Oh, here we go. These are the two little nail heads that are going to go on this strip. They suggest that you use brads. I'm using nail heads because I want to use some dimensional adhesive. We're using magnets as a closure device. So I want a little extra space in here to allow those magnets to go in. You can see they're pretty thin, but I still need a little space for it without stressing things out. So what you need to assemble all this primarily is score tape. For the most part, you're going to want 1/4 inch. I did use a little bit of 1/8 inch, and I'll show you where that goes. And you'll need just a couple of squares of dimensional adhesive. Whatever you have is fine. You just need it at either end of this little item. So I'm going to give you a minute to grab those things together. You might want some glue. You might want a pair of scissors. You will certainly want a pencil, and you'll want a good ruler. I like the centering ruler for this because our goal for this today is to try and get all of these things aligned in the center of the backpack. Centering ruler makes that easier. But if you just have a regular ruler, you can get it done with that as well. Okay, so why don't you go and pull those things together. Think about how you want to assemble your backpack too. You can see that I've got it so that it's all bees on the outside, except where you see the back or the inside of the paper. You could also choose to assemble it more this style, where you use the contrasting papers. You can do either one with what you're given. It's just a matter of folding it properly. But if you're unsure, I suggest you go with this for your first one. It'll just be easier because we'll all follow along together then. Once you've done that, come on back to video 2 and we'll get started assembling.